welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ejiro, and if you're a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you for coming back to this channel. As you can see, today we're going to be talking about cost of living. Cost of living in Australia. Guys, before I go on, have you subscribed to this channel? Are you one of those people that are just watching this content and benefiting from the value that this channel is giving to you, and you have not subscribed yet? Please do the needful. Please subscribe. Click on the subscribe button down below, and while you're there, do not forget to click on the notification bell also, so you can get notified when I post a new video. You can also be one of the first set of people to watch my videos. Also, if you find this video helpful, please do not forget to like this video. Thank you. So now I'm going to be talking about cost of living in Australia. So now let's start talking about money. Money. Let's start talking about money, which is one of the major things, honestly. I want to just say that you can get carried away with money, honestly, because you feel like, oh, after you've gotten over the initial fact that, oh, I'm earning in dollars now, I'm earning more money than I used to earn in whatever currency that I was earning in, especially if you're coming from an African country. So now you're looking at it. I just want to explain the Australian dollars. So the currency used is dollars, but we use Australian dollars. It is greater than the Nigerian naira, of course, but it is below the USD, which is the American dollars, and slightly we used to be above the Canadian dollars, but right now I think the difference is about like 0.0000 point something 5, but it's not significant. It's not significantly higher. I don't know, with the whole way money has been going recently, but that's my own rough sketch, and that's my own statistics towards it. Basically, I want to say cost of living. Try as much as possible for at least the first year to kind of live within your means once you have moved to Australia. I'm also going to be talking about it from I just got here point of view, and also like I'm here now, I'm settled, how to effectively live my life and still save efficiently. So you've gotten here, you've paid for a lot of things, you pay for your house, you're paying your rent weekly. You're probably getting a job that pays enough money to cover your rent. I don't know if you're paying for school fees, but say you're paying your rent, and then you're trying to still get savings, you're trying to still leave a little bit of money for leisure, you're trying to still leave a little bit of money for your bills. In as much as when you first come and you're staying in a flat share, and you're probably not paying for electricity. Even if some people are still paying for electricity, I suggest that you actually look for accommodations that are all inclusive, because when you're on those sites, they give you some housing has the option for some people will have the option to give that if you come to the house, the only thing you're going to probably pay for is your room, but then you're going to split the bill with them or pay $50 extra every week for, say, the use of the internet and use of maybe gas and electricity. So they just classify it as $250 before bills and $50 extra for bills. So if you're going to pay inclusive of bills, say $300, that's how much some people are paying. So please, some people that are here that are going to watch it, don't raise your brows and be like, what, $300 per week? That's how much some people are paying. Luckily for me, when I came, I was paid $200 per week, inclusive of electricity, like all my general bills. But moving forward, changing houses, I ended up getting a house that, because I wanted to be on my own, and then I ended up getting a house that I was paying almost $300 per week, and that was still without bills, although it was. The landlord told me that it was inclusive of internet, but trust me, the internet was terrible because I was in a granny flat and it wasn't really working out well for me. And they told me all I needed to pay for was my electricity bill, and I was still like, oh, thank God I don't have to pay for water, I don't have to pay for gas. But what those people did, see, you have to be careful, you can't trust everybody. What those guys did was that they kind of put everything, they connected everything to the lights. So my gas wasn't gas, it was electric, The water, I found out that your landlord is actually supposed to pay for the water, so it was courtesy, and they made me think as if they were paying for it. And by the end of the day, I spent 3 months in the house, and my bill was almost about $450. Guys, that's a lot of money to actually pay for just electricity. Bear in mind it was during winter, and of course I had a washing machine, but still yet it wasn't supposed to be that high, because my boss at work, I was explaining to my boss at work, and she was saying, nah, don't pay that money, don't do that, blah blah blah. And it was a whole long stretch, but I just kind of I took my L. Like, I learned from it. I said, you know what, I'm moving out of this house. I can't stay here. I'm going to pay the money and find somewhere else that is better for me, because honestly that would affect your savings. Try not to get a little bit of, I don't get carried away, in the sense that, like, I'm doing this, I'm paying for this, I'm here now, I'm going to subscribe to all the subscriptions that is there. Guys, if you have a way of sharing subscription with your friends, so say one person pays for Netflix, another person has Stan, for instance, so somebody else has Disney Plus, somebody else has Amazon Video. Split it within yourself. Each person can pay for one thing, and you can share the whole password within yourself. Or or just find somebody else. If you don't want to find someone that's going to split it with you, try to pay for maybe half of it. It might seem like, oh, all the small money is not going to, it's not just how much. See, by the time you're paying $20 for Netflix in a month, you're paying another $20 for Stan in a month, you're paying another $36 for Disney Plus in a year, you're paying another 30 something for another year. By the time you add everything together, you're already heading up to $150 just for subscription. $150 just for subscription for channels or apps or sites that you're not even going to be watching daily. You can imagine that is now without, so $150 without your rent that you're going to be paying per week, $150 without your mobile, like that means your phone bill. Average phone bill goes for about $30 per month. Per month does also mean 31 days, because they charge you your money at 27, 28 days. So imagine, and say you're trying to do a lot and go for $10, $15, which I have tried, and say, let me just, I'm not going to use up to this minute, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, and you go and pay for something cheaper, and then your call minutes finish before it's supposed to finish, and then you see yourself buying another $10, buying another $10, buying another $10, and God bless your soul, you are calling Nigeria and you have to pay extra money for international extra credits, so all those things at the end of the day, by the time you calculate how much you're paying per month for just the things that you deem little, they kind of all add up to your cost of living. So average apartments, depending on what you want. If I was really particular about the type of house that I wanted, I told myself that if I was going to stay in a flat share, I wanted separate bathrooms, because I didn't want to share bathrooms with anybody. I don't know how clean you are. I don't know your cleanliness level. You can say you're clean. That's your business. I'm going to get my own bathroom and toilet, and that's what I wanted. I wanted a house that was clean, visibly clean. I wanted to live with people that were clean. The whole outside, I kind of got into that anyhow, and so you have to think about it. You have to think about the fact that when you come into the country, all those things have to apply. Although when you come in the country, you're going to hear of, maybe thank you can last you for a year, but I don't know how you spend money, or I don't know what you're going to buy, because it will get to a point like, I want to buy this sneaker at $150. I want to buy this, and you also forget that you also pay for tax. So say your money comes in, your company, especially if your company is just automatically going to deduct your tax payments, which everyone is familiar with. Your tax will get taken out of it, and you're left with whatever you're left with. So you have to find a way to effectively save money, while don't get carried away. Don't get carried away like, I always have a job, I always have this. Sometimes your job can, especially if you're a casual employee, you can lose your job. You want to be able to have money to fall back on at the end of the day. So cost of living, if your school is in Sydney, or if your school is in the CBD and you try to stay in the CBD, which is what I did because I didn't want to go far. I wanted to be around where my school was. You have to also know that staying around the CBDs, that's staying around like, business areas, it does mean that, accommodation around that area will be expensive. You have to put that in mind, that anywhere the city is, of course, accommodation is going to be expensive. The farther you live from the city, the cheaper the accommodation will be. So it's either, am I going to do the distance with the train, or am I going to be able to walk to my school for convenience level? So you have to weigh your options on, how do I want to live? Do I want to pay, do I want to pay $300 for a room, and and maybe the room might not be big enough. Parramatta, the rooms are big. If you go to actual Sydney, the rooms are tiny for ridiculous pricing. Yeah, so you have to weigh your options. What do I want? I want to stay in the city, big city, and be paying a lot of money, might not have enough to save, depending on what your income is at the end of the month or at the end of the fortnight. Do I want to spend my money and do all these things? Because there's always a cost-effective way of living the life that you want to live. I'm of the opinion that you can still live your life to the fullest. You can live a soft life. You can live a life that seems expensive but on a budget. Look for, if you're like me that likes to shop. I don't want to spend all my money shopping. So what I do is I look for outlet stores. I do that with my friend. Outlet stores always have sales going on, always have discounts. Go there and buy the things that you want to buy. But you have to consider the fact that you're in a new city now, and bills are going to pile up whether you like it or not. So if you're saying to yourself like, oh, this is just $10, it's fine, this is just $20, it's fine, know that $10, that $5, that $20 is going to accumulate to a lot of money. So once you get your pay, what I advise people to do is open another bank account specifically for saving, and just transfer the money there. Immediately it comes in and say, okay, this is my savings. I'm going to sort out everything I want to sort out. And then the only money you have available to you is the money that the only money you have available to you is the money that you have told yourself that this is the money I'm going to spend. That putting in place that, maybe I'm going to go out, I'm going to go to the park, I'm going to go for dinner with my friends or drinks with my friends, set aside money for that, put it in a column like they will say. But if you just leave the money and say, okay, $10, it's just $10 this, see, you will go outside and boom, $100 has gone. It walks to the mall, it shows to the mall, $60 has gone. So you have to be conscious of how you're spending money, because coming from a sister to another sister, brother, whoever is watching the video, you wouldn't even know when the money is going out. You would just check your account one day and just be like, why do I have this little money? What's going on? But I'm earning this amount, I'm doing these things. And then you open your statement and you go back and then you look and be like, oh, but it was just $10 for this. Oh, it was just $20 for this. Your money has gone. So start thinking about savings. Don't just think about it, but put action into it. Open an account, transfer the money you need to transfer into it, and have peace of mind. Just have peace of mind. Another thing you can also do is, I have auto debits for important things. I have auto debit for my rent, I have auto debit for my bills. That's direct debit. Direct debit for my bills, my things that I pay for every month or every week. I have debits for that, and that direct debit is sort of arranged around the time that my paycheck comes in. So say my paycheck comes in on a Wednesday now, my direct debit is going to come in Thursday. So Thursday, money for my rent goes in. And I have also, over time, I have tried to put my moving day to a day after my paycheck will come in, so that when my rent day starts, because when you start paying for your rent, you also have to pay caution fee, like that. Although they call it bond here, but caution fee in Nigeria. If I know my paycheck is going to come on Wednesday, I'm going to move into a new house. I'm not going to move Tuesday, Monday. No, I'm going to move in on a Thursday, because I want to do a direct debit. So now there's a direct debit in place, and once I move in on a Thursday and I set my new direct debit for my rent, and I'm saying, oh, I'm going to be paying this money every fortnight, the money leaves my account Mondays. Monday is actively money there. So say I get my money in, sometimes it comes in early, sometimes it comes in late. Say it comes in 11 p.m. on Wednesday. By 1 a.m. my rent has already gone out on my own. So I try, so that it also helps me, because sometimes I forget things. I'm sort of very forgetful. So it just helps me dispose like everything that's going to go out. And you're not, it doesn't feel hard on you, it doesn't feel heavy on you. Also, I know that we are accustomed to the culture of paying for everything at once in Nigeria, but see, looking at instrumental plan actually helps you. It helps reduce the force on your account. Try to find out if whatever you're buying has an instrumental plan attached to it, so that you don't just take out the money. You're buying the thing that you want to buy, but you're paying small. So most instrumental plans are for 6 weeks. You pay every 2 weeks, every 2 weeks. You pay a portion of the money, say 30, initial 5 or something, so that you can still save the money you want to save, but still you're allowing yourself have that pleasure of that thing that you're interested in. I do hope that this information was pretty helpful to anybody out there trying to figure out how they can save money, or wondering how the cost of living is, especially in Sydney. The cost of living is high, hence why the wage is also a bit high, I would say. But you can always find your way around it to save or target yourself to a particular goal, especially if you're trying to meet up to a financial goal. There are ways of cutting back on some things, and or still having the things that you want, but guiding yourself to the right path. I really do hope this video was helpful to anybody out there struggling about the cost of living in Australia, and also trying to find out how to effectively save and bye. But if this video was helpful, please click on the link below. Please do not forget to also subscribe and like this video, and click on the notification bell, so that you can get notified anytime I post a new video. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. See you in my next one. Bye.